that are shrouded in mystery. However, none of them are as suspicious, strange, and creepy as the Bermuda Triangle. For those of you who may be unaware, the Bermuda Triangle is an area that exists in the Atlantic in between Puerto Rico, Florida, and Bermuda. When connecting these three areas on a map, they form a triangle, and in the center of this triangle, countless mysteries and unsolved cases have taken place. Today, we'll be covering several of the strange things that take place inside the Bermuda Triangle. With that said, be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more great videos. Also, make sure you stick around for number 1 because it's one of the strangest things we've ever covered. Compass needles go crazy. If you ever plan on venturing through the Bermuda Triangle, it's probably best to bring a map because you can't rely on a compass to get you where you need to go. When traveling by sea or air, it's always important to have a compass with you. However, if you're traveling through the Bermuda Triangle, using a compass will likely do virtually nothing for you. That's because, for some unknown reason, compasses don't work correctly in the Bermuda Triangle. In the past, many ships have used the stars to help navigate to their intended destination. This could still be plausible today. However, using the stars has proven to be very difficult in times of bad weather, so sailors and pilots often rely on a compass or GPS system. Though, here is where the problem lies. Most navigators these days will use digital GPS systems to get where they need to go, but sometimes these systems fail or malfunction when traveling through the Bermuda Triangle as well. So, what causes these strange events to occur? As far as scientists can tell, the most likely cause for these strange anomalies is volcanoes that may be located beneath the surface. It's been theorized that if volcanoes exist beneath the surface of the water, they may contain enough iron to cause compasses to essentially become magnetized, making their readings inaccurate. However, this is merely a theory. Crystal Pyramid. One of the most burning questions that arise about the Bermuda Triangle is very simple. What causes so many strange events to occur? Over the years, ships have suddenly gone missing, planes have disappeared from the sky, and there have even been reports of UFOs. So what seems to be the source of all these strange phenomena? Well, we don't know much about the triangle for sure, but there have been dozens of theories proposed over the years. Some of the most popular theories claim that there may be a methane leak from deep inside the Earth that's vented inside the triangle. Another theory claims that there's a strong magnetic pull in the area that may grab a hold of planes or ships, or at the very least send their compasses in the wrong direction. Other theories even claim that infrasound radiation could be present. If this is true, it may explain the panic attacks that some people experience in the triangle. However, there's an even stranger theory that has gained traction in recent years. That's the theory that there may be an ancient alien pyramid buried deep beneath the surface of the water. Some experts and conspiracy theorists believe that a giant crystal pyramid could have been placed about 2,000 meters deep in the ocean, serving as a hub for extraterrestrials. To be perfectly honest, no one has ever discovered any signs of a pyramid being buried beneath the surface of the water. Because of this, most people do not believe that this is true. However, stranger things have happened, and we truly don't know what may be lying beneath the surface of the ocean. The Bermuda Triangle moves. One of the most concerning facts about the triangle is that as years go by, the triangle seems to move. One scientist has begun to delve deeper into the history of the triangle, as well as the history of the world as we know it. As I'm sure you already know, the world's magnetic poles can shift over time, causing the weather in certain areas to change. For example, hot areas may suddenly become cold, and cold areas may suddenly become hot. This has been happening very slowly over the course of thousands of years. Because of this, some scientists fear that as the poles shift, the Bermuda Triangle may begin to move as well. If this happens, then there's a chance that these strange anomalies could begin occurring on land rather than in the ocean. When this does eventually happen, the eastern coast of the United States may be in serious trouble when it comes to navigation. The idea behind this ties in with how some researchers believe that the Bermuda Triangle is a hotbed for strange activity due to its magnetic pole. It seems that most scientists agree that it's the Earth's natural magnetism that causes so many of these odd occurrences. However, opinions differ about what specifically is causing this magnetic anomaly. The sad part is, we may never know in our lifetime. It may take thousands of years to uncover the true reason behind so many of these unexplained disappearances. Christopher Columbus documented strange events. To really put into perspective just how strange the Bermuda Triangle is, we need to take a much further look back into history. If you've completed elementary school, and I'm sure most of us have, you probably remember a man named Christopher Columbus. Whatever you prefer to believe about Christopher Columbus and his many highly debated accomplishments, for many years he was said to have been the first person to discover America, all the way back in 1492. What makes this very interesting is that even all those years ago, the Bermuda Triangle was just as mysterious as it is today. Christopher Columbus shared the story about how he and his crew were traveling through the triangle on the Santa Maria. He says that as they passed through the area, he noticed a bright light that seemed to be hovering in the sky. It was certainly not a star, but he couldn't tell what it was. As he and his team watched the light, it began to hover higher and higher into the sky until it eventually disappeared. Around the same time, terrible storms began to blow into the area, nearly sending the ship off course. This is because while he watched the light hover away, the team's compass began to malfunction. At the end of it all, Columbus and his team managed to make it out of the area unscathed and were only hit with a minor setback due to the storm and the issues with the compass, though he still managed to carve his name into American history for many years to come. Marine's Sulphur Queen. As I'm sure you can guess, the list of ships that have gone missing in the Bermuda Triangle is huge. This list seemingly goes on and on, especially when you take ships into account that may have disappeared many decades ago. One of the ships on this list has become known as the Sulphur Queen. The ship was carrying around 15,000 tons of sulfur to the port of Norfolk. Those who had been working at the port were anxiously awaiting the arrival of the ship. However, as days came and went, the ship never arrived. It wouldn't be long before rescue crews were sent out to search for the ship. However, they never managed to find the ship, nor all of the sulfur that it was carrying. In the end, after searching more than 350,000 square miles, the ship was deemed lost at sea, and it was never seen again. All that was found from the ship were a few life jackets, a horn, and a few small parts, indicating that the ship may have sunk at some point. However, what caused this has never been determined. Mysterious Island. Back in 2017, residents of North Carolina, located in the United States, were shocked when they noticed that a large island had suddenly formed in the middle of the ocean. The island was only a few miles off the coast of the state, and it seemed to have popped up without any warning. This island would have been located just on the edge of the Bermuda Triangle, making it even more creepy. Since its discovery, the island has been dubbed Shelly Island. It's approximately 1.6 kilometers long, but here's where things get very strange. After locals had begun to get used to the idea of the new island, it suddenly sank once again. Though as strange as this was, it popped back up just about 6 months later. Researchers believe that this strange situation is most likely caused by the oddly strong currents that flow through the oceans of the region. These currents are strong enough to cause the island to appear and disappear for months at a time. What makes this a bit concerning is that the large terrestrial properties. We've already talked about the bizarre theory about a crystal pyramid that may allegedly reside in the area, though there have been even more theories that surround a strange object that most people call a ship that was found in the area several years ago. We don't know too much about this so-called ship, but some people say that it was incredibly large and measured around 90 meters total. To make it even stranger, this wasn't your typical ship that would have been traveling through the ocean. Instead, it's said that the object appeared to be a dome-like structure that had several cylindrical shafts that protruded from the top. Everyone who witnessed the strange object was astounded by what they saw, as it was unlike anything they'd ever seen before. Even though the object hadn't been there before when explorers had traveled through the area, those who spotted it noted that it had been covered in coral and algae that would have taken countless decades to accumulate. Because of this, it was assumed that the ship must have been there for a very long time. If not, it must have suddenly risen out of the ocean, making the occurrence all the more creepy. Those who managed to see the object firsthand claimed that it was possible the object was more than 5,000 years old, strictly judging by the amount of decay that had begun to take place. Those who prefer a more fantastical explanation believe that this object may have been the remnants of an alien spaceship that crash-landed on the Earth many years ago. However, to this day, the strange occurrence has never been solved. Thanks so much for watching. If you know of any other creepy Bermuda Triangle occurrences that we didn't cover in this video, be sure to share them in the comments below. But for now, be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos.